A reading of select poems by Stevie Smith.
Nobody heard him, the dead man, but still he lay moaning. I was much further out than you thought, and not waving, but drowning. Poor chap, he always loved larking, and now he's dead. It must have been too cold for him, his heart gave way, they said. Oh, no, 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 it was too cold always, still the dead one lay moaning. I was much too far out all my life, and not waving, but drowning. Honor and magnify this man of men who keeps a wife and 7 children on £2.10, paid weekly in an envelope, and yet he never has abandoned hope.
I do not ask for mercy, for understanding, for peace, and in these heavy days I do not ask for release. I do not ask that suffering shall cease. I do not pray to God to let me die, to give an ear attentive to my cry, to pause in his marching and not hurry by. I do not ask for anything, I do not speak, I do not question, and I do not seek. I used to in the days when I was weak. Now I am strong and lapped in sorrow, as in a coat of magic mail and borrow, from time to day, and care not for tomorrow.
What care I if good God be, if he be not good to me? If he will not hear my cry, nor heed my melancholy midnight sigh? What care I if he created lamb, and golden lion, and mud-delighting clam, and tigers stepping out on padded toe, and the fecund earth the blind worms know? He made the sun, the moon, and every star. He made the infant owl and the baboon. He made the ruby-orbed pelican. He made all silent in humanity, nescient and quiescent to his will, unquickened by the questing conscious flame that is my glory and my bitter bane. What care I if skies are blue, if God created nat and new? What care I if good God be, if he be not good to me?
This Englishwoman is so refined, she has no bosom and no behind.
What is the time, my Boomba lad? What is the time, I pray? I am old and blind, and weak in my mind. But what is the time, I pray?
He took the youth by his golden hair and dragged him up the crooked stair. Nevermore was Hughie seen. Be warned, my child, while the grass is green.
Mrs. Simpkins never had very much to do.
So it occurred to her one day that the Trinity wasn't true,
Or at least but a garbled version of the truth.
And that things had moved very far since the days of her youth.
so she became a spiritualist, and at her very first party,
Just to give her a feeling of confidence, the spirit spoke up hearty.
Since I crossed over, dear friends, it said, I'm no different to what I was before.
that's not a separation or alteration of a parting, it's just a one-handled door.
We spirits can come back if your seance is orthodox.
But you can't come over to us till your body's shut in a box.
And this is the great thought I want to leave you with today.
You've heard it before, but in case you forgot, death isn't a passing away.
It's just a carrying on with friends, relations, and brightness.
Only you don't have to bother with sickness, and there's no financial tightness.
Mrs. Simpkins went home and told her husband that he was a weak, pated fellow.
And when he heard the news, he turned a daffodil shade of yellow.
What do you mean, Maria? He cried. It can't be true that there's no rest.
From one's uncles and brothers and sisters, and not even the wife of one's breast?
It's the truth, Mrs. Simpkins affirmed. There is no separation.
There's a great reunion coming, for which this life is but a preparation.
This worked him to such a pitch that he shot himself through the head.
And now she has to polish the floors of Westminster County Hall for her daily bread.
The angels wept to see poor Tolly dead. He was a harmless, simple creature, without a thought in his head. Oh, what has come upon him to make the road his deathbed?
How far can you press the poet? To the last limit, and he'll not show it. And one step further, and he's dead. And his death is upon your head.